So the fight's happened now. Mayweather versus Maidana, and Mayweather won by majority decision. I think one judge had it 114-114 a draw. Another judge had it 116-112 for Mayweather, and the other judge had it 117-111, which I thought was a bit excessive. I didn't think it was that wide of a gap. Now, first things first, I know it was kind of controversial at the end of the scorecards and that a little bit, like the crowd wasn't too happy about it. But first and first, I do think Mayweather did win the fight. Like second half of the fight, Mayweather started to land really clean shots, and Maidana's a lot of them was glancing on the shoulders and arms and that, but he still did well. But I still think overall Mayweather won. But to be honest, it was not an impressive performance whatsoever by Mayweather, in my opinion. Maidana did extremely well, especially the first few rounds. But I feel like the judges were a bit biased and would have given him to Mayweather. But I thought Maidana was taking the fight to Mayweather. You can see he's focusing a lot on the body. I didn't think they'd actually go through with that because they stayed. That's what they was going to do with it. They did do it. And the shots were hurting Mayweather. You could see the grinning on his face when he's getting hit. You could hear the blows that Maidana was hitting with. He did a lot better than I thought he would. He did better than Canelo. Hey, I'm not hating on Canelo, but he did, let's be honest. And yeah, a lot of people thought it would be an easy shutout for Mayweather, but I don't think it was. I mean, Mayweather was cut. They say it's a headbutt clash, but the little snippet of film they showed with the headbutt, yeah, they clashed heads. It was no one's fault, but the blood didn't start running then, so I don't know if it was caused by a punch or a headbutt, so I'm not too sure on that. But yeah, Maidana was hitting hard, and I think Mayweather was maybe a little shocked by the power, but I think Mayweather, there's controversy over the gloves. He made Maidana wear bigger gloves, which I thought, it's just a bloody annoying thing, because you claim to be the pound for pound best and all that, and you say no one can beat you, and you're like the May Vinci Code or whatever, yet you force him to wear bigger gloves. So are you scared of the power now? Are you trying to take his advantage away? What's the point? You got the option to wear small gloves. I know you don't because your hands hurt, but let him wear the small. That's not fair in my opinion, but that's what Mayweather does, and Maidana agreed to it. Maidana actually thought he won the fight at the end, and he's saying that he should give Mayweather a rematch because he thinks he won. But hey, I still think Mayweather won, but it wasn't like a star performance, probably his hardest one since Cotto, really. And Maidana was focusing a lot on the body. He some low blows did kind of get in at some points, but that's because El Chino would like crouch down. I don't think it was intentional sometimes. But and you can see he's throwing that overhand right, and he was catching him sometimes. But Tony Weeks, for fuck's sake, that ref, and I made a video when it was Canelo versus Angulo saying that yeah, it was a good stoppage and that of Tony Weeks, and maybe it was, but blah blah blah. I can't take it back. So if I want to continue, I want to continue, but I don't know, why is it whenever Mayweather fights anyone, if they get into a grapple or they start fighting in close, the ref will break it instantly. They go no. He's like, I got you. But if you got an arm free, which Maidana did have quite a few times, he had his arm free and he's in. You're not meant to break it. If there's an arm free and you can still punch, you shouldn't break it. And Mayweather kept looking to Tony Weeks, and then he jumps in. He's like, don't worry, I've got you. I just thought it was a bit shitty refereeing, to be honest, because he had an arm free in that. And he kept saying, watch back of the head. But Mayweather was putting his head down when he's throwing overhand right. You can't help it. Just because he's got his head like that, you're not going to throw the overhand right no more. But yeah, I just got on my nerves. The same thing happened with like when he fought Ricky Hatton, who was an inside fighter, and the ref would never allow him to fight on the inside. It gets a bit with Mayweather. I think I don't want to be. I'm not biased or anything, but I think the ref can get a bit helping Mayweather a bit, because some of the close exchanges did not need to be broke apart, and it was frustrating. Mayweather seemed to take about, I don't know, 6 rounds to find his groove with this guy. I suppose it's because he kept pushing him against the ropes and that, and Maidana has very awkward angles, but Mayweather did kind of stun Maidana at points, and he was landing extremely precise shots like later on, and it was good by Mayweather, but nothing impressive, which I think like the Canelo victory sort of made Mayweather look just amazing, but this guy kind of made him look beatable in some way, although he's very defensive and he locks up so well. You see Maidana was starting to get frustrated, and I think he gassed out a bit after 6, you know. And I think there's a problem. He poured so much in the first and second round, and that, like he did with Broner, that he started to lose a bit of energy, and that's what Floyd does. And that's the thing, Maidana then started fighting in the centre of the ring, and I was thinking, no, that's the wrong thing to do. You need to keep him on the ropes and just hope for the best there. Because Mayweather did fight out of it quite well, but that was his best chance. And when he got centre ring, Floyd was just picking him off. You know, he'd lean him back when he threw the jab and come out with a right. And that's with Mayweather, you can't really do that, well, unless you're really fast, I guess. But talking about the jab, did you see Maidana throwing that jab up on us? He was actually landing that of it. Maybe people didn't see it too much, but he was landing that jab. It made me think, if you go back to the De La Hoya fight, if De La Hoya had used his jab more, he would have won that fight. He was catching Mayweather a lot with that jab. And that's the thing, I think Mayweather, he's so thingy of like, just all he wants to do is lean back and then hit you after you've jabbed and that. And I think when he starts to lock up, when you're thrown to the body or whatever, he's just focusing on locking up. So he's not focused on parrying that jab. And then you just jab and you catch him. And he was getting caught quite a bit of that. And I was quite surprised, especially Maidana. He's not the fastest guy. But yeah. Now at the end of the fight, Mayweather was like, he wanted to give the boxing fans, you know, excitement. He wanted to stand and trade with him. And I'm sorry, I've just got to say that is utter bullshit. I mean, after the Cotto fight, he said he was fighting for the fans and that's why he stood and traded, but he said it's not worth the punishment. How many times have we heard Mayweather say there's nothing cool about taking punishment and trading if you don't have to? What's the point in slugging it out? How many times have we heard that saying you'll have a longer career if you don't do that? He couldn't get away from Maidana. He got trapped on the ropes and that was it. So don't try and say you stand in trading. Or time is catching up with him and his legs are starting to go because he still moves great, but he's not moving as good as he used to. So let's not try and say you're deciding to trade. And if you saw Amir Khan's performance, which I'll have on another video if it's uploaded now, you can check the video out. I guess I'll put the annotation here, wherever. And I thought Amir Khan was extremely fast. If you saw that, and you saw Amir Khan's legs fresh, he was moving against Collazo a lot. If he could do that against Mayweather, I think, like I said in previous videos, he could cause an upset because I don't know if time is catching up a little bit with Mayweather. Mayweather's extremely, he is fast, but only fast at throwing like one shot. He doesn't throw like a combination from head to body in quick succession. It's only like one shot at a time, like pop shots, you know. So yeah, I don't know if that's time or... I doubt you wouldn't want to start trading with someone like Maidana. The guy had like 31 knockouts out of 35 wins, something like that. So I've got to call that as utter bullshit. But the problem was, I've always said this, like, pressure is kind of key against Mayweather. There's more than one way. I'm not saying there's a direct blueprint to beating him, because there's not. But pressure, he doesn't handle too well. It's when they get tired that he starts picking them off. But all people want to seem to do with pressure fighting Mayweather, they want to get really close and smother their head in him and start throwing all these shots, and then they get tired and then he picks them off, and that's what happens. So everyone thinks, oh, pressure doesn't work and that, but it does. I think if you stay at about medium range and just throw a large succession of shots, that is the pressure we're looking for. You need to throw a lot of shots from a bit of distance, because Mayweather will just lock up, he will not retaliate, and then you just move, and that's it. And I think that's why everyone wanted to see Pacquiao versus Mayweather. I don't think Pacquiao now could do it. I don't mean to be nasty, but I don't think he's the same as he used to be, like when he fought Cotto and stuff like that, and De La Hoya. When he fought them guys, if he fought Mayweather, I think there would have been a big chance of that being a 50-50 fight, and Pacquiao win that because he threw a large amount of shots and he's very quick. And that's the pressure I'm talking about. It's that mid-range pressure, not smothering your own work. Just keep firing shots at him and scoring the points and landing. But Chino, you know, is the type of fighter to get in close and throw shot. And yeah, at the end of the day, he got a bit gassed out. And he still did well though. Don't get me wrong. I think he even tried to knee Mayweather at one point. He lifted his knee. I thought he was going to try and knee him in the head or something, but yeah. But it just really annoyed me how Mayweather would keep looking to the ref and that. I was just like, just get on with it. It meant to be the pound for pound best. Just fight this guy. Get on. You can't. It really does annoy me when a fight looks to the ref for help. If the ref should be there to do their job. So don't worry about what they're doing. You just do yours and fight. But yes, he's said and done when you've got someone clubbing at you. Now at the end is talking about rematches, saying if the fans want to see that, they'll rematch. I would not say do a rematch. It really wouldn't interest me, to be honest, because I still think Mayweather would win. It's not the most impressive sort of performance. And Mayweather's going to fight again in September, but Khan's out of the running of that because he has is it Ramadan where he fasts? And that ends in like July, and he said that's not enough time for him to prepare from July to September for the fight. So he's pulled himself out, which was a really wise thing to do instead of thinking, oh, I'll just jump on the opportunity. So I applaud him for that. And now maybe was saying maybe rematch Maidana, and no, I wouldn't do that. Some people are saying Keith one-time Thurman should fight Mayweather. Don't get me wrong, the guy's got really good power, and he is a talent. I see him use moves that a lot of pros disregard. Loads of people don't bother using in the end. But he's kept on to them, and they bloody do work if you know how to use them. Like, he does a short left step and moves off to his right and comes over with a right, because he's a really strong guy and he's very talented, you can see that. But he telegraphs a lot of his punches, and it might, it's kind of made for Mayweather. I just think keep him out of it. He's a great talent. He's still learning, so I wouldn't put him in with Mayweather. And he's an avoided fighter. That's the problem, and he's not really he hasn't been a world champion yet, so even though he's at level, I just wouldn't put him in with that. I'd say for Mayweather, fight Pacquiao. If he's as slow or not as impressive as you think, if he's not on your level, then why do you just not fight him? I know you say Bob Arum and that, but what's the issue? Just fight him. You still got 3 fights left, so just take this one up with Pacquiao. You still got another 2 to do whatever you want. Fight whoever you want, So what's wrong with just settling down just this once and fighting this guy? I do think Mayweather would win that, but they're both past it now in a way. Mayweather, he's still good, he's still amazing. But it's not a fight that it would have been, but I think that's just the best option out there for him, because I can't really think of anyone else who would generate excitement. Like, who's causing a massive stir in the boxing world right now that will sell pay-per-view sales? Because I wouldn't rematch with Maidana, because fights happen. We've kind of seen it now, and it wasn't controversial to the point of it being like, oh, that's a fucking robbery or anything like that. So I wouldn't rematch that. Khan, I think Khan should definitely have a shot, but I say he needs another fight at welterweight. Someone else, maybe Danny Garcia, he should fight again. Well, I know that's a light welterweight fight, so yeah, he wouldn't do that. But someone else, just prepare for Mayweather a bit more. But with Mayweather, I don't know who he could fight next. I'm not too sure. I wouldn't say Adrian Broner. That's just stupid. But yeah, but I wouldn't pick Maidana. I think Pacquiao's just got to be the only other option, to be honest. The only other guy with huge media attention around him lately. So fight Pacquiao. If he's not on the level you say, then fight him. I don't want to say like Age has caught up with Floyd yet, just because of that one performance, but he might have caught up a little bit because his legs didn't seem as fast. Maidana, great performance. He did try. He come to fight. He didn't show respect to Mayweather that much. He didn't really care that he's Mayweather. He come to try and win. He wasn't thinking, oh, I'm gonna outbox this guy. He knew what he was, and he knew what he had to do, and just try and fight this guy. But like I said, I'll just try and be dirty as possible. If you grab him, you've got his arm, just bloody yank it, step on those toes or anything. And don't think I hate Mayweather, I'm actually a massive fan, but I'm just saying in ways that you could maybe win. So yeah, if you haven't, check out the Amir Khan versus Collazo fight analysis video. But yeah, Mayweather's a good performance, he still won. He's got 46 wins, 0 losses now. He's going to try and go for the 49-0, maybe the 50-0 record. But can he keep it? That's the question. Who would you like to see Mayweather fight next? And who do you think could give him a real test? Thanks for watching and stay sweet.